Welcome back to the channel, Fat Boys. Today, we are going to be stepping on some toes, talking about all the obnoxious and ridiculous things that all of you squids and old-timey boomers are still doing to your bikes. So buckle up and get ready for some old-fashioned roasting. The things on this list are either so old that they really have no purpose anymore in our bikes today, look super tacky, or just dangerous to you as a rider and others around you. But before we start, I want to ask you guys to go ahead and smash that like button down below and hit that subscribe button below if you aren't already. Alright, back to the program. For number 1, we are going after them California bros that are trying to pretend they are swimming on land. FISHTAILS. In my findings, these pipes originate all the way back to 1908, really gaining popularity in the 1920s. These were originally designed as a way to actually decrease noise from exhaust sound. But guess what? It's no longer the 1920s. If you're trying to stick to that, now we have better muffler technology for that. If you're looking for retro styling, there are older bikes that are always available for purchase that work amazing with fishtails. But what doesn't work is buying your brand new Harley bike and throwing fishtails on it because it looks cool. No, it just looks like you can't pick between old school and modern. And speaking of old school stuff, for number 2, we are talking about skulls and tacky paint jobs. Are you on your bike feeling free like a total badass, feeling like a true Hell's Angel? Well, guess what? Chances are you aren't, so stop it. It's time to stop living a little fantasy life of a wannabe gang member all about killing drugs and partying hard. It's time to wake up and realize you're just going down to your local Starbucks or brewery just to get a nice drink. You don't need to show how much of a badass you are by putting skulls on every single piece of your bike. It just shows people how tacky you are and that you are still stuck in the past. And no, it does not acknowledge the understanding that death is just a breath away. It makes you look like a tryhard. And continuing this, as good as you think your custom paint job and designs are with the skulls and flames, it only looks good to you, so stop it. Another old thing that needs to die and people need to stop doing with their bikes, for number 3 is CB radios. I have to ask, why? There is really no need. We have cell phones, we have Bluetooth communicators, we have so many other forms of communication devices for motorcyclists. There truly is no need for a CB radio on your bike. Are you a truck driver? Then keep it in your truck.
10-4 River Dookie Holler Bravo.
You don't have a record player on your bike, so upgrade your communication as well. Continuing our old school things that need to die, for number 4, we are going to be focusing on the leather daddies of the motorcycle world. How is the dungeon? Do you have your latex suit underneath, or is it still at home? Now, don't get me wrong, leather is an amazing material in the motorcycling world. It really does have the best protection, can look really good, and keeps you warm in the winter. But we aren't talking about those riders that just wear some leather on their ride. We are talking about those that wear leather from top to bottom. Leather boots, leather pants, chaps, leather jacket, leather vest, leather gloves, and even probably leather underwear. Keep it in the dungeon, or just learn that there are other, cheaper, and sometimes even better protection options out there. Then you look better out in public and not only like you belong in a dominatrix dungeon. But with all these Harley cruiser styles being talked about, we still can't forget about the sport bike riders of the world. So, for number 5, let's talk about the wannabe drag racers, lowering and stretching your street bikes. Stop it. You aren't on a drag strip, you're on a public road. You shouldn't have to be worried about looping your bike just riding. You lower and stretch your bikes so that you aren't going to do any of them flippy flops. Well, learn some freaking throttle control like the rest of the world and you won't need it for the roads. And for those that are lowering and stretching their bikes on the 650s and lower class of bikes, just stop it.
Get some help.
And for number 6, we all wear shoes, but that doesn't mean your bike needs to. Stop putting them little baby shoes on the bottom of your kickstand. It's not cute. You're stealing them from all the Barbies and little babies that need them when they're learning to walk. Your bike has 2 wheels. It will stay on the road that way. And the kickstand will hold up just fine without the assistance of little shoes. So stop robbing from all those children learning to walk. It's just not right. Now, back for the cruisers. For number 7, what the hell is up with those tassels? I mean, really, are you trying to see your airflow? Are you trying to look cool? This one, I really don't even understand. I think it's honestly even worse than the leather daddies from before. And along with those tassels, they're get back whips on the side of their bikes. Stop it. It's a freaking leather whip. It's not gonna push the car away from you. Even to use it, you have to take your hands off of the handlebars to use it, thus putting you in even more danger. If you want a car to get back, just open her on up and get away, or learn to slow down. A little whip isn't going to save your booty. If anything, it's just telling them you're inviting them back to your dungeons, you leather daddies. And now for some things that can kill you. For number 8, we're going to be talking about the place you can never return from.
Join me, Luke, on the dark side.
When running on the dark side or with a car tire in the back, there really is no point in it. Yes, you may gain some longevity out of your rear tire, but you also lose all turning abilities with it. The tire loses even more grip in the corners than a motorcycle tire. Tire manufacturers are freaking scientists that have been working on these things for decades, and you think you and your Facebook research is smarter than that? Stop being a Karen. Just spend a little extra money so you won't lose control and die, you filthy animal. For number 9, another thing that can kill you is your windshield. Wait, what? Your windshield? How can a windshield kill you? And how is that stupid? Well, in reality, it's not, and it can't. But it's when you get a windshield taller than anyone should ever own. When you put on a super tall windshield, especially ones that go over the top of your head, you distort the vision and what is in front of you on the road. And even worse, when it rains, you can't even see. There are no windshield wipers on motorcycles. All you will be doing is looking through a wall of water. I get you may want to stop as much wind as possible or even stop the rain from hitting you, but if that's just the case, just get in your car. You'll be perfectly protected from the wind and rain in there. And finally, number 10, your big ass booming sound system. Just why? Why? You're not impressing the girl 3 cars over with your sound system, blasting it to the max. You're annoying every single person as you slowly creep down the road, blasting your music to the road. It's honestly comparable to the teenagers putting the most annoying sound system in their junker Toyota Camrys up on the loudest level, vibrating their windows. Just stop it. And to make it even worse, for those to think that it's a great idea to put those 12-inch subs in the saddlebags, it's not. You won't even be able to hear it when you're going down the highway. You'll be wasting your money. So if what you want is to be able to hear your music to the fullest potential, just get in your car and drive. Or be like the rest of us and get a helmet Bluetooth device that you can play your music from, put in the headphones, listen it to yourself, and stop bothering everyone else on the road. Okay, that's enough ranting. Thank you. Goodbye. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Did I step on any of your toes, or did I miss something that should have been on this list? If I did, make sure you go ahead and write it down in the comment section below. And finally, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you aren't already, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.